Oh yes, the groundsmen here now in Castlemartyr are doing great preparations before the final between Glanmire and Youghal. Yes, conditions here are pretty bad around the goal mouth. That could be the chance to get a few early scores there. The soft conditions. Here come Youghal out onto the field, and the Youghal team is as follows. In goals, Pat O'Brien, right full back Mick O'Brien, full back Brian Hogan, and corner back John Hickey. The half back line is Aidan Foley, John O'Connell, and Michael Hurley. Centre field, Hugh Doran and Billy O'Mahony. Half forward line, Mark Walsh, Sean O'Connell and Joe Lawler. Full forward line, Mick Downey, Anthony Horgan and Brendan Coleman. And the all subs today are A. Hennessy, B. Haher, N. Parker, Ollie Fox, Graham Fox, Kevin Hennessy, Paul Cody and Sean Hennessy. Glanmire are now leaving their dressing room, making their way onto the pitch here at Castlemartyr. And the Glanmire team is in goal Don Downey, cornerback Dan Kelleher, also the captain of the team, fullback John O'Connor, cornerback Owen Barry, and the half back line is Pat Ryan, Des Murphy, Conor McCarthy. Centre field, Tim O'Callaghan and Kenneth Grandin. Half forward line, Barry O'Sullivan, John Barry and Mick Mooney. Full forward line, Anthony McAuliffe, Tygie Murphy and Ogie Murphy. Well, would you believe the sun is shining here again at Castlemartyr? You've it off, have you? Well, this team is a blend. The Glanmire team is a blend, they say, of youth and experience, and we're looking there now at Tygie Murphy, and well, I wonder, is he the youth or is he the experience? I was speaking to him before the game and he told me he was the fella that epitomised both youth and experience, because despite his young years he has a lot of experience, and we'll never forget that great goal that he got against Kerry in the dying minute of the game, when it seemed as if Kerry had won again in Porky Creeve, but Tygie slipped one in past Charlie Nelligan, and that was a super goal. He'd like to get something like that today, I'm sure. Reaching for that ball, just getting in a bit of practice, getting a feel of the ball there before the game starts proper, and that'll happen in about 7 minutes time. Des Murphy going for this ball and catches it, number 6 there, kicking it out to him. Yeah, well, this ball, the ball Des kicked there, that was a great ball. Des played in goals, of course, for Sarsfield, his sister club, there in the county final against Glen Rovers a few years ago. And he's right out there in the middle, heading for the far corner of the field now there, coming into Jim's shot, number 15. Jim is our cameraman here today, and we have a lovely position above the main stand at Castlemartyr. The big crowd underneath here, just in case it rains, but your camera crew and commentators are braving the elements today and believe it's going to be fine for the next hour or so. Our thanks to Tim Dennehy, of course, for the fabulous platform today at the top of the stand. And we see now one of our selectors in the middle of the field. Exactly there in the middle of the field is Fergus Kelly, walking from right to left. Fergus, of course, selector this year for the Glanmire team, former player and a Kerry man, but lending his expertise to the local community here in Glanmire this year. And alongside Fergus Kelly there is another selector, Ted Murphy, and Ted comes from, well, near the Kerry border as well, Mill Street, but Ted is very much a Cork man, of course, and they'll be hoping for success here today in sunny Castlemartyr. Yes, the old fella's going into this new style of huddle in the middle of the field. It's supposed to be good for the morale, I think. But I've seen the Glanmire fellas in a huddle during the week after dark, and they were preparing themselves for this game in another way. They were just beefing themselves up. They shouldn't be short of energy here today. If the yes, number 14 there on the ball with the long hair tied up in a ponytail fashion. This of course makes Anthony Horgan easily distinguished, and is great for commentators like us here. We like to see some unique hairstyle. It makes it very easy to pick him out. Glanmire going into the huddle here. Yes, some last words of encouragement from that is the coach inside in the middle there now, Eamon O'Connor, laying down the law. Funny I should say that, he's a Garda as well. He's laying down the law. He's just telling them now that he wants that last ounce, or I suppose using a metric term, that last gram of effort, the last few grams of effort, and there's no good in having any energy left tonight. It's in this hour he wants it all spent on the field. He's right too. They've worked very hard to come to this final, and they don't want to leave it go at this stage. This is our youthful looking referee here, Mr. Dennis O'Flynn from Father O'Neill's. Didn't have a big journey today because he comes from Ladies Bridge. This match was to be played at Middleton, but due to another game there this weekend between Middleton and Kilmallock in the replay of the All-Ireland Club series. Yes, we're looking there at Anthony McAuliffe now making a decision at this stage that he should change his boots. His cogs are not of the required length for the underfoot conditions, and I suppose this is a very wise thing to do before the game starts, rather than having to be slip sliding all over the pitch. Maybe miss a few scores. He is playing corner forward, and getting the edge on your opponent in around those soft goal mouths today could be crucial. Half yard, bang, a goal. Well, you can see by the long shadows here that we have some splendid sunshine. Castlemartyr. Yes, they're counting there. Yeah. Well, that's certainly part of the youth here, as Barry O'Sullivan, number 10. Number 10 there for Glanmire. We'll be expecting some speed from him. Well, it's very near 3 o'clock now, just about 30 seconds to throw in. And the ball is in, and the game is on, in fact. And first there's Youghal into it, Hugh Doran. He's fouled, and it's a free to Youghal. Youghal are first on the attack here. Ball goes inside here now, and there goes Hugh Doran inside, as a matter of fact. Number 9 there, getting the ball blocked down by Des Murphy. Not giving them much room, and that's what Glanmire will be doing all day, closing them down. Mick Mooney passed it on to Timmy O'Callaghan on the ball. Half kick by Timmy. John Barry inside. John Barry back again to Timmy O'Callaghan. Lays it on to Ogie Murphy. Ogie Murphy shot half blocked down there by John O'Connell from Youghal. John O'Connell turning, clearing it out. And Youghal again seem to be after winning possession here. Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh looking up, trying to find a man. He does. He does. He actually finds a centre half forward, Sean O'Connell, but he's robbed there. Robbed, being cleared by Pat Ryan. A short pass. Only as far as Kenneth Grandin, but Kenneth is in possession. And their supporters urging Ken to kick it, which he does. Oakie's on the move. He's soloing through, pass it back to Tigey Murphy. Tigey Murphy takes a shot from way out there, and, well, that's gone wide. And that's a good chance, I suppose, for Glanmire there. But at least Tigey knows where the posts are now, and the next time he'll know where to stick it. Well, the sun should certainly be a problem here for the Youghal goalie if he was to be tested at this stage. I wouldn't like to be in his boots with that low sunshine. They go up for it again. Tiggy fisted inside. Ogie running for it, but taken away there by Mick O'Brien. Mick O'Brien for Youghal gets it out. Kenneth Grandin blocks it. Kenneth Grandin in possession. Calling for it across the field here is Pat Ryan. But he opts to kick it inside, and Tiggy's struggling with the ground conditions. It's a booted shot, and it's over the bar. A great point there. Barry O'Sullivan. And he's one of the young lads we looked at just before the game. Barry O'Sullivan gets a splendid point there for Glanmire. Great point indeed. And there seems to be a good understanding now between the Glanmire forward line, the way they work that. Moving away and creating space, and all the time giving a chance to Barry O'Sullivan to boot that one over the bar. Pat O'Brien kicking it out once again. Not a long one, very short indeed. John Barry gets a boot, but John goes after it again to pick it up, but it's John O'Connell who gets it. Short pass there to Aidan Foley for Youghal. Gets it out the far side of the field, but only as far as Mick O'Brien. He kicks it to get it's blocked down. Mick O'Brien is second kick blocked down. Billy O'Mahony, the Cork minor we know so well because of the hairstyle there in the centre of the field, and that's a free to Youghal. Taken quickly by Mark Walsh, but pushed off it there by Owen Barry, and that's a free in to Youghal. Mark Walsh to take this, driving it in against the sunshine here. Des Murphy reaching for it, but missing it. Comes out the middle of the field. Chased here by two players. Mick Mooney is getting in, but it's blocked. He's gone now to Youghal. Owen Barry holds that firmly in his chest. He's been pulled around, and it is a free. Quite rightly there. He's been pulled around, and the referee gives a free out to Glanmire. Well, there was a bit of a collision there a few moments ago. Dan Kelleher, captain, seems to be a little winded by that. Booted well out the field. Players go up for it, bat it down there. And then again to Tiggy Murphy. Oh, it's Ogie Murphy. Ogie on the outside. Tiggy calling for it. Tiggy gets it. Bertie Ogie's running on for the back. Yes, he's got the 1-2 there together. Anthony McAuliffe dragged around the neck, and it's a free in for Glanmire. Mick Mooney placing this down for a chance to put Glanmire 2 points ahead. Only one score in the game so far, coming from Barry O'Sullivan there in about the 4th minute. And that's a lovely point for Mick Mooney. Great opportunity. It's great to be able to take those points after winning frees. A nice movement there between Bertie Murphy and Ogie Murphy. Of course, they have that understanding. They've been playing together in the house since they were 1 year of age, I think, 2 years of age. Passing the bottle. And the dodo. Once again now they'll be hoping for a short kick out from the Youghal keeper, and it is short and it is low, but it's a Youghal man in the middle of the field against possession there. Joe Lawler kicks it forward, up goes Dan. Dan isn't quite beaten there. He gets the ball from Pass Ryan to Des Murphy, quickly out to Tim Callahan. They're calling for it, and yes, the captain has it, and the captain gets it up here. This is very exciting play, and it just unfortunately went astray there from Pass Ryan. And it's been kicked in now towards the corner forward here for Youghal, and Brendan Coleman is chasing it, being marked all the time by Des. Not over the line to the linesman. He drops the ball and gains possession again, kicks it across and booted out over the line by John O'Connor. That was relief there for the Glanmire backs, because they certainly were coming under a bit of pressure after that nice movement broke down. Taken there by Billy O'Mahony. Inside to the full forward. Well, if we have two look-alike Murphys on the Glanmire team, these two ponytails certainly look alike. They certainly look alike on the Youghal team. And here we have Mark Walsh lining up this ball. It's a fairly tight angle. It would be a great effort to score from here. Little dance. Bounces and comes out as far as Des Murphy. Des Murphy's arm is pulled as he's going to punch the ball. And there's a bit of bedlam in there, but Glanmire now recovering. Conor McCarthy has the ball. Conor gets it out here to Barry O'Sullivan. Barry O'Sullivan kicks it down the wing. Anthony McAuliffe is onto it. Anthony is turning his player, looking for somebody inside, and he kicks it on. There goes Ogie. Ogie controlling the ball with one hand and being, well, Ogie says being pulled on the other hand, but it's a line ball to Youghal. Yes, a line ball to Youghal. And they're facing up to it here in the middle of the field. Going up for Pat Ryan. Also going up there was Ken Grandin. Well caught by Ken Grandin and gives it inside to Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan, oh yes, a bit high for Tiggy. And the sun is also a problem as you go up for those balls. So now the all Brian Hogan there, full back, gets it out, far side of the field. And very skillfully robbed there by Conor McCarthy, who gets a slap across the ribs for his trouble, and that's a free to Conor. Conor lofting it well in towards the forward. John Barry gets a hand to it. And then, unable to control it there was the corner back for Youghal. But it's inside once more. Fisted out. And this is Ogie Murphy. Calling for it inside, but Ogie, speculative shot towards the goal. Fisted effort by Tiggy, doesn't come to anything. He didn't quite connect with that ball. And just booted out now to the centre, a high ball. Pat Ryan is forced towards this ball. Pat Ryan has it in his hands. Being pushed there a little, but he gets it across to Des Murphy. Tim Callahan calling for it. He gets it. Tim gives a long clearance in towards the forwards. Once again a push in the back. Indeed, while it was a push in the back, I think that was experienced by Tiggy Murphy, able to make a push in the back look like a push in the back, and that's important. It's very important that the referee sees what's happening, and if sometimes refs don't see it, maybe it's because the forwards don't accentuate it enough for them to see it, and certainly Tiggy made the most of that. Not saying he dived or anything like that. He's not like that. It's not his policy anyway. And once again, another effort, a beautiful effort from Mick Mooney. This man, Mick Mooney, a very colourful forward on the Glanmire side there. Was off to see the World Cup there during the summer. And I believe a good soccer player as well. Now, the Youghal goalkeeper, of course, kicking out again into the sun. And Youghal will be looking forward to turning around in the second half and getting that sun on their back. Very difficult. Short kick again. Of course, Barry O'Sullivan doesn't quite get to it, but Kenneth Grandin is on the ball. Kenneth gets the ball in toe to hand, but a bit high there, and well, he really invited that tackle, I suppose, and Youghal in position. Quick free taken. And going in for it there was Sean O'Connell. Sean has it, and he's soloing, looking up to see what his options are. Boots it forward. He finds one of his own men inside there. Hugh Dorn. Hugh Dorn's shot is blocked down. And here comes Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan moving forward, kicking the ball. A fine kick in there towards Barry O'Sullivan, another young man in the team. Barry O'Sullivan is pushed off. Well, it looked to me as if he was pushed off it, but Dennis O'Flynn, the referee here, had other ideas and refereed Youghal for travelling too far with the ball. Billy O'Malley kicks it inside. Doesn't make one of his own men. Conor McCarthy's coming across, so is Des Murphy. Des boots it way out towards the sideline. Still going towards the sideline. Doesn't quite get over there because it's held in by Aidan Foley, who boots it up along towards Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh having a good game for Youghal, and Des Murphy gets down with one hand but doesn't quite control the ball. Slips it across now there to Mark Owen Barry. Owen Barry, this is getting dangerously near the Glanmire goal now, playing the ball across their own goal. Not a good idea. And the goalkeeper has to go for this one, but yes, just the goalkeeper there. Don Dorney, safe as houses. Well done, Don. And the ball comes out there. Well, John Barry there gets it up as far as Barry O'Sullivan. Barry O'Sullivan, they're calling to Barry for a pass. Mick Mooney has it. Mick has already scored 2 points from frees, and now he's controlling this ball. Well, like I said, soccer style. He was at the World Cup this year. There's Kenneth Grandin. Kenneth Grandin motoring well at the centre of the field. Gets it into, oh well, Mick Mooney in possession, and I suppose if ref decided it was a free a moment ago for travelling too much, this time he felt Mick Mooney was harshly treated, and that's a free in. Now this is a bit far out for Mick to take, so Kenneth Grandin is going to take these longer frees. 12 minutes gone in the game. Very enjoyable game so far, and as you can see, fine crowd gathering at the far side of the pitch as well here. Well held inside there by John Barry. A quick turn and a chip shot, and very much a good keeper to save that there. Well done, Pat O'Brien. But the ball is out here in the middle of the field now, and it's with Sean O'Connell, who passes it across, trying to make a bit of progress there through Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh is making progress, and he finds another Youghal man who's Aidan Foley, getting right up there, and it's got in out as far as Anthony Horgan. Anthony Horgan a fisted pass and redeemed there by Diz. Well, I told you Diz played in goal for Starfield one time, and he was almost the last chance there to save that ball. He did it very well. Youghal again, however, in possession to Billy O'Mahony. Mark Walsh, not Mark Walsh, it's Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler getting the ball inside. The full back trying to fist it away, but it's Des Murphy again, casually tripping that one up. Des has been a very calm game here today. And now a chance here. Well, a chance it was, but a chance missed. And Anthony Horgan there, putting that one wide for Youghal. So after about 12.5 minutes of play, it's 3 points for Glanmire and no score to Youghal. And that seems to reflect the way play is going, even though Youghal did have a couple of chances near the goal. They didn't take full advantage. They all run the attack again now here with Sean O'Connell. The long ball inside in their centre field. Hugh Dorn is in there, but doesn't quite get to Don Dorney, and Pat Ryan is going to get this ball out near the sideline now. And Pat sidesteps his man beautifully there. Pat, one of the younger lads, and playing a great game here, going back today, and right up to another young man, Barry O'Sullivan, but it's in with the ball has actually gone out of play there, being chased by John Hickey and Anthony McAuliffe. They want a quick one taken. The linesman and Mick Downey there are trying to influence the decision, but nevertheless, it's a Glanmire ball. Gone inside and picked up there by the cornerback, Mick O'Brien. When I say picked up, legitimately of course. Coming up the field now are Youghal again. Playing a lot of ball through Billy O'Mahony because he is a great player, I suppose, and trying to make the most of him. Going through there with Joe Lawler, gets a pass inside. John O'Connor slips on the ground, and now there's, well, John O'Connor again. The situation in Des Murphy's hands, and how often have we seen Des be the man to clear that ball out today? Aidan Foley kicking it in as far as Mark Walsh for Youghal, tearing up the sideline. Mark Walsh, close attendance there. Owen Barry sticking with him, pushing him further and further in, making the angle harder. Fisted up in the air there. Well, Conor McCarthy. Conor very safe back and being pulled and dragged, and Conor takes the free quickly. Good idea. Kenneth Grandin standing all alone in the field. So there to Barry O'Sullivan. Great pass cross field. Barry O'Sullivan shot half knocked down. And now here comes Anthony McAuliffe. 13 marking 13 there for a moment. 2 corner forward. And the ball being moved in now for Youghal here. Inside to Sean O'Connell. Sean O'Connell punching it into Downey. Downey for Youghal, trying to kick it across the goal. He does. One hand is there blocked down. And a kick shot here, and a chance wasted. Some slack play there by Glanmire in around the goal for that period. But even if they did, Anthony Horgan wasn't able to take advantage, voting that hastily wide. Downey punts it out the field. Pat Ryan fists it across to Ken Grandin. And Kenneth Grandin, a long ball in, a great ball inside to Mick Mooney, who's travelling well. Mick has speed. Mick is very fit indeed, and he gets that one a shortish kick, but it hasn't been quite picked up there by, well, an intended pass that didn't maybe get there. Billy O'Mahony, once again, the ponytail. Timmy gets a hand to it. Timmy Callan gets a hand to it. Pat Ryan has it. Pat Ryan is able to fist it again to Timmy or John Barry. A choice of players there, and John Barry kicks it into the goal. There's Tigey, gives it quickly to Anthony McAuliffe. Anthony looks up, takes a shot, and that's a beautiful point. That was great use of the ball there. And that's a point from some 25, 30 metres out. Great point. That'll give Anthony a lot of confidence. He's been playing well up to now, but it's nice for a corner forward to get a score. And of course, as well as the sun, we have a wind, you could say, a breeze there favouring Glanmire. And Glanmire will want to build up a substantial lead here before half-time if they want to have a a good chance in the second half. Youghal have missed their chances, but they're only 4 points behind, playing against sun and wind. A better kick out from the goalkeeper this time, but once again it's John Barry in possession on the 21-metre line, gets it inside to Owen McAuliffe, who just had a score, Anthony McAuliffe, and there's Tiggy Murphy. And Tiggy's dangerous around the goal, but actually that has to be a 45 because the goalkeeper got a deflection to it, and Tiggy just maybe thinking twice before he lashed that one in, and if he did, the goalkeeper was delighted with the split second extra and was able to get his hand to the ball. A nice piece of play that led to that situation where they had a goal chance. Kenneth takes a quick one to Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan looks up at the post and he kicks it, screws off his boot a bit, gone to the right and wide. Pat Ryan, of course, would be a forward up to now, has been a forward up to now, played in forwards and would be well able to take his point, just those things happen. Blocked down there by Barry O'Sullivan. The Allman has the ball, he's on the ground. Well, ref says it's free. Can't be up on his back like that, the ref said. It's not the Galway races. Here he goes. Yes. Fine long free. Dan Keller goes up, palms it down there as far as Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan's been pulled around, but Pat holds the possession and drives the ball in. Gives a chance here to Anthony McAuliffe, who's racing onto it. Being shielded off it there for the moment by John Hickey. John Hickey gets the ball out. And once again, Anthony is chasing everything, and he has found possession out near the corner flag. Turns, hops the ball once. The ref says it's a free in. Yes, you all aren't too happy with that decision. He takes it quickly, and the ref isn't too happy with that decision. So, Anthony has a chance to take it again. He has a few target men in around the square here. Maybe for a fisted effort, because well across, and Ogie has to run out to get this one. Ogie running out, has his eye up to see who he'll pass to. Drives it in towards the goal, and drives it over the bar. That's a great point. Well, the ref spotted an infringement there in the middle of the field, and you can't do that, he says. So, Timmy Callan's delighted to take a free in. Timmy not letting the grass grow under his feet there because he didn't stand in the one place for too long, and the ref says he took a little bit too much out of it. And Joe Lennon has been pointing out actually on the Saturday programme that this is happening a lot, and it's not been penalised in Croke Park, but we have a very astute ref here today, and Dennis O'Flynn. He's not going to have it in Castlemartyr. He's happy with that, even though it was nearly as far in as the first time. And once again running out here's Ogie. Ogie is doing plenty of leg work here today. Gets the ball inside to John Barry, who drops it over his hand momentarily, and then he's hooshed off the ball. A chip in there by Mick Mooney, but once again it's, well, the cornerback had a chance to clear Mick O'Brien, but that was blocked down, well blocked down by Mick Mooney again. So they are doing, I think, what their coach asked them in the middle of the field, to give every ounce of effort, and they are not standing back once they lose the ball. They're fighting to regain possession here. And the referee again spotting a foul there, and a free to Youghal. Mark Walsh is coming out to take it. Maybe it's going to be Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler takes it himself low along the ground. Mark Walsh gets it in behind Des Murphy, and he drives it in towards John O'Connor. John O'Connor's out in front of his man, playing full back and coming away from his man, being closely tended, but the referee says he hopped the ball too many times and he travelled too far as well. And one of the smart cameramen here says he was going too fast. This is Castlemartyr town, maybe it's a 30 mile speed limit. And there's our full forward with the ponytail, Anthony Horgan, getting a pass out the field, trying to make an angle there. Mark Walsh driving it in, dangerous around the goal mouth here, but it's caught by Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan, who gives a nice chip clearance over the head of the Youghal man, and Kenneth Grandin has it, and Conor McCarthy is running and looking for it, and he has it now. He drives it way up the side, but I'm afraid over the line, and the line ball to Youghal. Quickly taken by Youghal to Billy O'Mahony, playing the old 1-2 there up the side. And this can be very effective to catch your back snapping. The centre half forward going through, dodging around and trying to have a chance, but I'm afraid Sean O'Connell, despite all his effort there, has only a wide for it. The wind has abated somewhat here now. We're dealing with something like a breeze at the moment, and the breeze is still in favour of Glanmire. You can see the hats over and the flags from the stand are blowing slightly from left to right. And here come Youghal with the maroon and gold. He's been held inside his own Barry gets it out there for Tim Callan. A great kick. Tim Callan drives the ball a long way. One of the longest kickers here today in Castlemartyr. Well, no doubt about that. With the hand around the neck, Mick Mooney was fouled and he gets a quick pass inside, racing over Anthony McAuliffe. Anthony trying to round his man and play the ball at the same time, and he does that. And now the ref says, you've done enough, Anthony, you've won a free. It's a free in, and Mick Mooney will be looking forward to chipping this one over the bar. Hopefully he's already put 2 over from this position. Tiggy Murphy got a great free, and Tiggy Murphy got a great point, I should say. Tiggy Murphy got a point from Anthony McAuliffe. And once again, Mick Mooney, very accurate, over the bar. That's the 3rd point from a free for Mick Mooney. Tiggy has scored a point from play. And Ogie has scored a point from play. And of course Anthony McAuliffe. Anthony McAuliffe also scored a point from play. And that gives us a total of 6 points there on the scoreboard for Glanmire. And no score for Youghal. Yes. Now the ball is out in the middle of the field. And there's Ogie. Ogie chipping it up into his hand. No doubt about the pick up, it was very good. Mick Mooney has it now. Mick Mooney turning it inside there to Kenneth Grandin. Kenneth Grandin trying to get his man hooked up, but he played it. It took too much out of it, the referee said, and that's a free. I think I give credit there to Tiggy Murphy for a point that Barry O'Sullivan scored. And we're looking now at the Youghal sub here. Coming on the field. Peter Cody there coming on the field for Youghal. Substitution. Peter Cody, we're number 18. And Youghal are on the attack here. And the full back misses it. And inside now is our ponytail full forward, Anthony Horgan. He only gets it out there as far as Mark Walsh. Has a shot as he's turning, and it's going out wide, harmlessly wide over the end line. So Youghal making a substitution here with 5 minutes left in the first half. Now Youghal have had their share of chances here in the first half, but they've kicked a lot wide and kicked some harmlessly wide of the goalposts as well. They may have had as many chances as Glanmire, but they haven't notched them up, and that's what counts. Glanmire, however, 6 points ahead. And their centre back here trying to set up an attack. That's John O'Connell getting it inside, and they still have a chance here because they're still on the ball here and across the court, and like I said a moment ago, harmlessly wide again. Harmlessly wide, just over and outside the post, and caught a deflection. So that will in fact be a 45, and that will be pressure again around the Glanmire goal there. Billy O'Mahony to take this now. Billy standing well back, going to drive it well in, but the breeze is against his face, and it should hang the ball up a little. Ball dropping in and near the goal, caught inside by Pat Ryan. Very well caught and clear by Pat Ryan, who was having a great game. Normally a wing forward on the Glanmire team, today playing wing back. Doing a real good job there now as we see Youghal coming with Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler hanging this one up in front of the goal. Caught there by John O'Connor, slipped out to Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan slips it out again to Kenneth Grandin, and Glanmire lift the siege on their goal and drive it well down the field here. Looking up against the sunshine there was, well, Ogie, but it was taken before he came through by Aidan Foley. Aidan has his shot blocked down, and Ogie is still there. Ogie driving it inside. He has two lads to aim for. Mooney gets it. Mooney strolling up along the left, looking across the right to see what he's going to do with it. He has options. Tim Callan's calling for it, but he drives it in himself towards the goal, towards the right of the goal. Anthony McAuliffe makes a valiant effort to keep it in play, and he does. But I'm afraid it's cleared there by the cornerback Mick O'Brien. And they come away now. Brian Hogan chips it out here to Mick Downey. Mick Downey having a solo run for Youghal, being tackled by John Barry from behind, and the referee says it's a free. John Barry says it isn't, but it is. And Billy O'Mahony's going to take it. Billy sporting this ponytail and goatee beard. Driven inside there to the centre half forward. Centre half forward gets it inside. John O'Connor has to come again and catch it clean. He does, and he's fouled. And I suppose if John Barry was a little annoyed at the free against a moment ago, y'all are annoyed now. So this ref is keeping both sides equally happy. And John will be claiming for a free there as the man was riding up his back. Tim Callan gets a pass across here to Barry O'Sullivan. Barry O'Sullivan on the move, gets it across to Tim Callan again. Tim might want to shoot here. He's looking up, he's thinking he has an option. Mick Mooney takes the ball into his hand, turns and kicks and drives it straight over the bar for a fantastic point. And I think Glanmire needed that before half time as well, just to put a bit of polish on their effort. They just have 7 points of a lead, and I'd say Youghal will be looking forward to turning around in the second half and playing with this nice breeze and sun at their back. And downhill as well. Well, I'm told that if you're looking at the scoreboard, you will see that somebody is 7 points and Youghal are no score. Well, that somebody is Glanmire. And we did have the colours up there earlier, but they may have faded in the sunshine here so strong. Castlemartyr, isn't it a great complaint? And this 12th of November, Conor McCarthy in the middle of the field. Conor strong as ever, gets the ball out to Kenneth Grandin. Chasing out there's Mick Mooney. Mick having a great game, turns his man again. Mick punches the ball inside, maybe foul, but got the advantage, got the ball into John Barry. John Barry punches it again. This is a great chance for Tyke Murphy inside, and here Anthony McAuliffe. Yes, how did they save that? Great save by the cornerback. Pushed out again and still in front of the goal, but it looks like Youghal are going to clear it. And it is cleared there in fact by Michael Hurley. And way out the field now, there's centre back waiting for John O'Connell. John O'Connell gets across to Billy O'Mahony. Now Weiss Glanmire may have had a goal there. It's Youghal that are on the attack with Billy O'Mahony. Billy O'Mahony, a bit of hooks in and pulling there. Well, if you looked at that, you could have said it was a free out. The ref said it was a free in. There was a bit of two-way pushing and pulling going on there. Youghal are delighted to get a free. Mick Downey slips it across. Mick Downey slips it across there to Mark Walsh. And Mark Walsh looks up and kicks and puts it over the bar. So I heard if the half-backs in Youghal urging to get a few scores there before half-time. I think it was Michael Hurley, and they've got one score before half-time, but it's very near half-time, and we hadn't any injury time, I think. Thank God for that. Both sides are playing as hard as they can here. It's not a tough or physical game, but there's no quarter given. Every ball is contested. Kenneth Grandin wants to take a quick free, and he does. He lets it in. Ogie's turning, but his man has got it and cleared. And now it's Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler looking for someone to pass. He does. There's in the forward Sean O'Connell. Sean O'Connell trying booted inside. Booted inside and coming out there's John O'Connell. John O'Connell kicks it, but only off the boot, I'm afraid, for John O'Connell. And that ball is gone wide. Some claims for a 45 there, but I think it came off the boot of centre half back. Dennis O'Neill, referee, blows the whistle exactly on 30 minutes there. Half time in the score. We'll show you, as we say, somebody 7 points, that's Glanmire, and Oakhill, Youghal 1 point. So Youghal are just 6 points behind for all the possession that Glanmire have had, and it's all to play for in the second half. 6 points is not an unassailable lead for Youghal. 6 points of a lead is not home and hose for Glanmire, so I think both teams will be as eager in the second half to try and for Glanmire to try and win it, and for Youghal to try and come back into the game and be there with a chance for the last few minutes. They're the Youghal team down here in front of us, trying to work out where exactly they've been beaten. Why are they 6 points down? Now they had some chances to create it, a lot of moves up the field, got in near the goal, and then just slipped them wide of the post. I suppose you could say the same at the other end. Glanmire had two maybe goal chances there, but for the vigilance of the goalkeeper who pushed out Tigey's effort for a 45, and of course Mick O'Brien there clearing one off the line as well. Well, I have here beside me now Tim Dennehy, who actually played for Glanmire in former years, and he was a selector with this junior outfit last year. And what do you think of things today, Tim?
I think Glanmire are playing some lovely football, and they should have got 2 goals, but Youghal also should have got a couple of goals. But I think it's a master move by the selectors to put Paddy Ryan back, wing back. He's having a marvellous game.
That young Pat Ryan, you mean?
Pat Ryan, yeah. And he's having a marvellous game, wing back. He's really attacking right up into the half-forward line. Should have got a couple of points himself even, but having a great game.
You're happy with things, and you wouldn't be doing things any differently if you were a selector yourself this year?
Well, the selectors are doing a marvellous job. I must say, Eamon, this is 3rd year now, and I hope they'll bring it off. But you all are playing some good football too, and they should be nearer to Glanmire. But I'm disappointed with Tigey. Tigey should definitely have should have scored a goal. I think in the second half he will get the goal and do the business.
Thank you very much indeed. We're about to resume here now in Park, so we've there. Sorry about that. We had some commercials overdone, and Tigey Murphy's running out here to the sideline, and Tigey very cleverly keeps in with the one hand, uses the fence as a break. We saw Charlie Redmond do that in the All-Ireland this year, but of course Charlie hit the post with his head. Ball out to Kenneth Grandin. Kenneth Grandin fits a pass there to Ougie Murphy. Ougie Murphy looking for Tigey. He's got Tigey. Tigey looks, dodges his man, kicks, and is that a point for Tigey or what? That's a great point for Tigey Murphy. Well, I think with the words we heard there at half-time, seemed to signal that what Tigey didn't do in the first half, he was certainly going to do in the second half, and I think that's what you need, you know, to get different players firing and giving the spur. And that's now a quick point for Glanmire. That's what they would have been looking for. They're playing into the sun, they're playing into the wind, and they've already got a point inside 1 minute that it took Youghal 30 minutes to get against the sun in the first half. A stickler here for detail, this referee. He wants the ball precisely where it should be. Reminds us of Patsy Devlin there, back in the 70s. Now the ball is coming out to Conor McCarthy. Conor McCarthy off his chest, but he gains possession again. He will. I know he will. I have great confidence in Conor McCarthy. Great player. He has the ball being tackled by 2 men, and Conor still holds the ball and wins the free. Gets the ball inside to John Barry. John is young and fit as ever. Played with Mayfield Community School years ago. He was a great minor under 21 player. And Mick Mooney in possession now, and Mick driving it in, driving it high, and just skimming the outside of the post. Hard look there for Mick Mooney. But Glanmire won junior medals in the 70s, intermediate medals in the 80s, and hoping again to bring home some junior medals here today. And if they did that, they'd be very proud, because they'd have some of this team playing in all 3 decades. That's probably one of them there. Tigey Murphy giving the ball to his brother Ougie. Another inside to Anthony McAuliffe. A shot and a goal. I can't say he stuck it in the net. He stuck it through the net. A great goal. There was force in that ball by Anthony McAuliffe. Yes, it is a sort of muddy goal mouth, but Anthony McAuliffe made no mistake there. A bullet right out through, and now the score is 1-8 to 1 point. You all now trying to make some fist of this and get the ball out of the fence, but only as far as Conor McCarthy there blocks it out for Kenneth Grandin. Kenneth Grandin turns. Kenneth is motoring well in the centre of the field. Close attendance there by the all player, but he still gets in a good kick as well. A high boot, rather high boot, but Anthony is very cool and composed, and Anthony has scored a goal and a point in this game so far. And aside from scoring, he's been doing a lot of work in around the forward line. He's been certainly very mobile. No urgings there from the half-back line of the All team to get going and make an effort. Kenneth Grandin kicks it low, blocked out by Billy O'Malley. Back to Kenneth again. He has somebody to pass it to on his left. He kicks it towards the goal. 2 yard players go up for it. John Barry comes down with it. John is turning inside his man. He's being pulled around, and he wins a free in. Well, that's a free and a chance for Mick Mooney. Mick Mooney in the first half scored 3 points from positions like that. And Tigey has got that point I give him credit for in the first half after all. And of course Anthony McAuliffe after getting that goal. Mick Mooney. 3 out of 3 so far, and make that 4 out of 4. That's great stuff. That he doesn't quite do the dance that Charlie Redmond does, but then Mick tells me he's not into Cayley or Irish dancing. He's not. He's good at the disco dancing, all right. And the crowd really liking that point by Mick Mooney. Very economical, just backs back a few steps and kicks it over the bar. Mick Mooney now, that's bringing his tally to 4 points. From freeze, the ball's in the middle of the field here. Kicked very high and aimlessly by Joe Lawler, screwed off his boot and only went past Pat Ryan. That man that had such a game in the first half. Young Pat Ryan. Inside towards Anthony McCall. Anthony's facing goal and going through. 2 men marking him. Gets it outside to Ogie. Well, Tigey gets it across the Ogie. They look very alike from here. Terrible twins. And the dirtier the jerseys get, the more alike they look now. Mick Mooney gets a slap in the ear, but he doesn't mind. Mick is playing the ball like he was told to play the ball, I'm sure, by their coach. And a quick taken free and ends up wide. Yeah, Mick Mooney very disciplined that time, I can tell you. A clip around the ear can be a sore thing, and Mick had nothing in his mind, only the free and the ball and the score and the win here. The ball kicked out. A better kick now by the all-keeper in the second half, but only as far as John Barry, who gets it to Tigey Murphy. Tigey gives a long pass inside to Mick Mooney, and this is a chance. Mick Mooney going through. Mick takes a shot, but the goalie had closed out his angle, and well, he just manhandles the goalkeeper a little there, and that is a free out relief there for Youghal. Aidan Foley soloing out with the ball. Aidan looking up, kicking the ball right across the field there. Pat Ryan is right there. Pat Ryan is having one great game. He's reading the game very well. He knows when to go and he knows when to wait. Gets it into Tigey Murphy, to the on-running Timmy O'Callaghan. A long speculative shot inside. Is he pulled down or what? The referee is coming up. There's some disputing in the sideline here as to what actually happened. It looks to be inside there. Oh, I'm afraid, yes, this is a penalty, and this doesn't look good for Youghal now. 1-9 to 1 point. 1-9 to 1 point, and Mick Mooney, who has scored 4 points from frees so far. 4 points from frees, and he's standing back to take this, and the referee once again being very strict about where they must stand. Mick runs up, he kicks and kicks it wide. Well, there's a lot of pressure on penalty takers, there's no doubt about that. And that's one of those options you have with a penalty. You can score a goal, put it over the bar, or it can go wide, and that's just 1 out of 3 options, and it happened. The ball is coming again Glanmire's way. Mick Mooney is the man laying on the pass there for Kenneth Grandin, and that's a beautiful point. So true, Mick Mooney's efforts there. There's another point. And Kenneth Grandin putting it over the bar. And of course, while Mick Mooney has scored 4 points from frees, he's also scored a point from play. And that's no mean contribution. I wonder if there was a touch. I don't want to speak too soon, but Ray Cummins, I believe, hit the ball over the bar against Waterford some years ago. Was Mick being that kind? I don't think so. He's setting up an attack here for John Barry. He slips it out. John Barry is slipping it out to the right there to Barry O'Sullivan. Barry O'Sullivan, remember, yes, trying to get in a sneaky one there, but this goalkeeper, in fairness, he's having a great game. He saved several. We can't give him credit for that penalty save because he never did, but he has had about 3 crucial saves for Youghal so far. He certainly is not to be blamed for the scoreline of 1-10 to 1 point. That's Dan, the captain. Dan laying it on for John Barry. John Barry sees Dan outside, might use him, may use him, won't use him, doesn't use him, going inside. Takes the ball in there to Ogie. Bertie Oak Murphy gets the ball to Mick Mooney, coming across the goal again. Pulled to the ground, but no free this time. A fair pull, was it? I didn't know there was such a thing. Anyway, the ball's been cleared out there by John Hickey. John Hickey out this side first, Mark Welch. Mark Welch gets it across here to the centre. And that's Mark Welch again. Mark Welch driving it in. And here we have Anthony Horgan. Anthony Horgan waiting for support. No support there. They're mainly Glanmire players. But here comes working through Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler. And again, just skins the outside of the post. And Youghal have done that a lot today. They've worked the ball very well up. Worked it in to a scoring position. And we've seen at least 3 times when they've put the ball just outside the post. And, well, 3 times would have made 3 goals. And that would have put a different complexion. They'd be quite close to Glanmire if those chances had come off. But that's if and but. And here come Youghal again with Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh gets it across to, yes, there's their full forward, Anthony Horgan, over the bar. The 2 teams now seem to be kind of concentrated up along the centre of the field, not using the wings that much. And the ball gone out of play there into the crowd at the, at least I don't, and I can certainly feel the cold. So the scoreline is 110 to 2 points in favour of Glanmire. Glanmire wearing the yellow and green colours. But that's the only bit of yellow on this Glanmire side, because they're a very brave, spirited outfit, playing very well. John O'Connor there maybe pushed a little as that ball went through his hands. And yes, all for now, because it's another wide for Youghal. Youghal have had many, many wides. John O'Connor, of course, working in England at the moment and home for this game, and he was home for the semi-final. Not by chance. This is every effort now being put into this junior East Cork final here. And that's John O'Connor there, the very man that's home from England. John playing very well. Out to Pat Ryan, who's having a great game. Fantastic player, is young Pat Ryan. Must have a great future in front of him. And here comes Barry O'Sullivan, another young man who got the opening point for Glanmire today. Set them on the way. Billy O'Mahony, you're all familiar with Billy O'Mahony from your inter-county minor teams, and you'll see more of him. A bit of pulling and dragging here maybe, and the referee sees it that way too and says yes, it is a free. Free into Youghal, very scoreable position. Youghal could do with a score here as well. It's quickly taken from the hand and over the bar. Well, we spoke about the youth and experience, and what a blend. And now we see Ogie out centre field. And of course, Ogie means youth. Ogie means young, and the young Ogie is out here centre field. He was operating around the 40 there a few weeks ago, but he's actually centre field now. This man has been promoted all the time. Conor McCarthy goes down on that ball. Very bravely, Conor McCarthy caught that ball and went to the ground. Paul is a very tough, dour back. Great player. Mick Mooney breaking through, gets a quick chip onto John Barry. John would be expecting that. These guys are used to one another by now. And there's Tim Callahan. Tim Callahan drives a great ball in towards Anthony McAuliffe. I really love that sort of ball, but this one's the back has got the hand in front of him, about to clear the ball, but locked down there by Killick Grandin. Killick gets a quick chip back towards Anthony McAuliffe, but it's all being faced by Mick Mooney. Mick Mooney goes from back heels, if you don't mind, something he saw, I suppose, the World Cup this year. And the ball is now in there, a chance for Anthony McAuliffe. He doesn't quite get it because it's Brian Hogan clears it away for Youghal, but Brian clears it over the line. Killick Grandin is delighted to put that back in for the ball goal. Kenneth Grandin checking his options. Now he kicks the ball high and towards the goal. A fist here would be, well, it's fisted by one of the All players, and that's a 45-metre kick. 45-metre kick for Glanmire. Kenneth Grandin is walking out to take it. Des Murphy is running in to take it. And Des Murphy is going to take this, the centre back on the team.
All the way.
And yes, Tygie's inside on the edge of the square. Fist at the ready. And out comes Barry O'Sullivan. Barry goes down on it here, chips it up nicely, turns again, gets it across towards Tygie. Tygie looking for a bit of space, looks outside. And it's the sub that came on there, Peter Cody. Peter Cody fouls the ball. Peter Cody doesn't foul the ball. Peter Cody is fouled and it's a free to Youghal. Quickly taken to up towards Billy O'Mahony. Billy in the centre of the field there, lashing it on towards Mark Walsh, but he's back at third, he doesn't see it. Conor McCarthy gets the ball into his hand, and Conor wants to get rid of it. He does get rid of it, only as far as the centre back, John O'Connell. John O'Connell drives it in, sitting up here is Brendan Coleman. Brendan Coleman inside. And, well, Anthony, a lovely point for Anthony Horgan, but I'm sure he would prefer if that went under the bar at this stage of the game, yeah. It would have made some realistic difference, I'm sure, but a point, I wonder if it's enough at this stage of the game. There's a Glanmire substitute getting ready at the far side of the field, and the ref has his notebook out, and the Glanmire selectors haven't indicated that they want to get their sub on yet. Bobby Lottie at the far side of the field, also known as Rabard. Conor McCarthy once again. Conor McCarthy, the two wing backs here today for Glanmire, been very impressive indeed. And in Barry O'Sullivan, a great half forward as well. Barry gets it across there to this ageless wonder. Look at him, Tiggy Murphy, turns his man, gives a long kick diagonally at the far corner of the field. Joe McGrath, look that. Joe McGrath was a coach, of course, to Tiggy one time, and that's the brother Bertie. We can find him anywhere. I think they have a homing device. He got it over to Ogie. Ogie is turning, trying to get inside, and Ogie is fouled. And even though Ogie was fouled, he got that ball over the bar, we think, from our position, and it'll be interesting to see if it's possible to point it from the free. Now we have a sub coming on the Youghal team. And we have a sub on the Glanmire team as well. So Robard Lottie is coming on there to the Glanmire team, number 17. Robard is going on, and John Barry's going off. And John looks injured, and indeed John going off there at the far side of the field had a great game. A lot of ball was played through John, and he was active in a lot of score creating chances. Well, like I said, that's not Mick Mooney's favourite side of the field now. Mick would prefer taking him from this side, and substitution on both sides there.
Here, Holly.
It looks like
you. Is that you?
Yes, Bobby Lottie on and John Barry off there on the Glanmire team. The goalie kicks out the ball for Youghal. Pat O'Brien kicks it out. Fetched there in the centre of the field by Tiggy. Held on to by Tiggy, 2 men pulling out him. And this is the throw the ball. Well, Tiggy is disgusted with that decision, but hold the header. Here they come again. Mick Downey. Mick Downey for Youghal. And a fella down here calling somebody else who wasn't played at all. He boots it in towards the inside. Des Murphy. Des Murphy stumps the foot in it, but it's still going inside. Mick O'Brien, is it? No, number 12. It's Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler gets the ball out to the half forward. It's dropping in front of the goal, but it's actually dropping wide of the goal. More relief there for the Glanmire backs. It has to be said that Youghal are creating good movements up the field, right up to scoring position, and then it's the last kick. The last kick is letting them down. Well, as the minutes drag on here at Castlemartyr, the temperature is certainly dropping as well, but you won't feel that if you're a selector on the far side of the field, or if you're playing out on the field here, because there's everything to be fought for a junior cup and junior medals at stake here on the final of the East Cork 94. And breaking out there is Kenneth Grandin. Kenneth Grandin gets out to Pat Ryan. Pat Ryan drives it on. It's picked up there by Timmy Callan. What a dominant force Timmy Callan has been here in the centre of the field for Glanmire. Well able to command his area, and you must remember that they have no mean talent in the middle of the field there in Youghal, but Glanmire well equal to it here today. The referee here booking one of the Youghal players for questioning some decisions, and it looks like the substitute that came on earlier, Peter Cody. Peter frustrated by the decision of the ref, even though, well, they were bottling the Glanmire man there. Yeah. And speaking of bottling, in comes Ted Murphy there with a bottle. He wants to bottle Kenneth Grandin as well, but Kenneth doesn't need any water. Kenneth is driving this ball right in towards the half forwards here. They go up for it, and the ref says that's another free in. So maybe a chance here for Mick Mooney, as I said. Not his favourite side of the field, but Mick is going to have a go. He has plenty of forwards. Barry O'Sullivan was running in anticipation of a break around the square. And we will soon have another substitute on the Glanmire team. And Mick gets the range this time. And Mick is now after scoring from the left and the right side of the goal. And on the far side of the field with a substitution for Glanmire getting ready. And it looks like straight across the field, John O'Connor. The ball being kicked out here. I'll stay with the camera for the moment. Kicked out here by Youghal once again. And Youghal try and mount an attack. And they do mount these attacks, and their movements are very good, as I say. Owen Barry gets the ball, Owen Barry hooked off the ball. Des Murphy picks the ball up, Des Murphy pushed over the line, well, legitimately too, and it's actually kicked inside here, and, well, the same old story, I'm afraid. They didn't, at the last kick, wasn't their best kick for Youghal, and Anthony Horgan was complaining there that the pass wasn't good enough or accurate enough. And Don Downey wasted no time here, kicking out the ball. He kicks the ball out, picked up there by Billy Manny. Inside to John O'Connell. John O'Connell still going through there. Centre back inside to Anthony Horgan. Anthony Horgan out to John O'Connell. They all go inside again. A chance here. And a goal. A well taken goal there by Mark Walsh, who's been playing well all the time for Youghal. And now the score is 1-4 to 1-11. 1-4 to 1-11. That's the scoreboard there. 1-4 for Glanmire. I beg your pardon, 1-4 for Youghal. 1-11 for Glanmire. 1-11 for Glanmire. And I'm sure Youghal are saying, what if all those formed in the first half and the second half. They certainly could be much closer to Glanmire now and give us a real thrilling 10 minutes. Who's to say it won't be thrilling anyway, the way things are going. Here it comes again, Anthony Horgan with that ponytail. Anthony Horgan with a man running outside and he takes his own shot. And it's another goal for Youghal. Now they're finding the range with a vengeance here.
We can move on your man.
Another goal for Youghal. Well, there's a sub running on the field here now, a sub running off for Glanmire who's in a tracksuit. Niall Ahern is coming on, and Niall is a goalkeeper, I believe. And Don may be leaving the field here, Don Downey is leaving the field, and Niall Ahern is coming on. Now I'm told Niall was actually on his way anyway. Niall was coming on before those goals went in. I was told that Niall was warming up the far side of the field, so I think it would be by arrangement that Niall was coming on the field, and Niall is in action straight away with a kick out. It's a shortest kick out, there, blocked down, kicked inside, but here comes Owen Barry. Owen Barry could clear the lines, and just look at that score now, with just 4 points between the teams here. And you can tell by the crowd that there's something worth shouting for both sides. Glanmire, of course, is not to shout up to now. The supporters weren't that force, but certainly Youghal are beginning to shout because they're trying to make games as well. Mick Mooney chasing this ball. What a game Mick has had. Inside there towards Anthony McAuliffe. Anthony McAuliffe, the goal scorer for Glanmire. Anthony calling this one in front of the square. Going up with there. One-handed out by Tiggy to Bertie Oak. But Oakey is pushed in the back and no free given. The ref doesn't blow the whistle at all and there's no free and they play on. They all getting it out there to O'Connell. O'Connell there centre back, Hazel. O'Connell was involved in the build up to a goal there a few moments ago. The first goal, handed away here where he's by Tiggy Murphy. Tiggy gets in. A very sensible pass out to Des Murphy. No relation, I think. Inside to Mick Mooney. Mick Mooney gets it across here to Oakey. Oakey in front of the goal. Oakey ducks one side then the other and flips the ball over the bar. And that's a great point and a crucial time to get a point for Glanmire. That's the coolness, and I think that's the experience. The way he fisted that was very economical use of the ball. He didn't have a chance to kick it, and if he did kick it, may have screwed it left or right. That was a great point for Glanmire and a setting point to get as well. Just at the right time. Kick out, that's a much better kick out now from the Youghal goalkeeper in second half. Conor McCarthy, as ever. Conor tigerishly getting that ball in towards his forward, and it's Mick Mooney who's inside. Mick controlling the ball. Back falls away from it. Mick has 2 men to contend with now. Mick gets a long pass across to Tiggy and with the one hand of the back just getting in the way there. The full back, Brian Hogan got it out of Tiggy's way. And up for Sean O'Connell. Sean O'Connell now inside. So sub to come on there. Hennessy. Hennessy is fouled, and Hennessy takes a quick one. Getting it all the way inside to that full forward Anthony Horgan. Anthony Horgan gets it across for the substitute again, who actually laid on the cross the first hit, and the ball kicked, and unfortunately it goes wide. Unfortunately for Youghal, it goes wide. Great movement again. Youghal putting all these movements together, and their finish wasn't great all through the game, but certainly for those 2 goals, who could fault the finish? Yes, I saw John Callaghan warming up there on the sideline a few minutes ago, but kicked in there by Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh inside. A chance here for Youghal and over the bar. That's a great point there by Brendan Coleman. And that was as good a chance of a goal as they had when they took their last one. Now, certainly a changed complexion on this game. The weather has changed, the sun has gone, but the sun has come out for Youghal, if you don't mind. They're after getting 2 goals and 2 points there in a very short space of time. Referee spotted from pushing there, and he was a free to Youghal, and very eager to take it is Joe Lawler. And Joe Lawler takes it inside. Mark Walsh gets it. Mark Walsh gets it across there to Anthony Horgan. Anthony Horgan gets it across again to Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh going, well, not Mark Walsh, comes to Peter Cody there. Peter Cody gets it out to Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler turns, kicks, and Joe Lawler kicks it over the bar. Joe Lawler kicks it over the bar. And there's another point for Youghal. And, like I said, there's a move on here. There's about 7 minutes left in this game, and as you can see from the score, 2-6 to Youghal, 1-12 to Glanmire. Just 3 points between them now, and Glanmire certainly need to lift their heads and lift their game. They've made 2 substitutions already, and they were well ahead in this game, and now they're back with a real fight on their hands, and Youghal are getting their tails up. And here comes Tiggy Murphy. Tiggy's thrown around across the sideline. Tiggy up, riding the other side and Cruiser gets the ball in, but unintended there. The back is able to clear his lines. Still trying to clear his lines, and now he clears his lines. Well up the field. Well brought down there by Owen Barry, but only gets past Mark Walsh, who gets the ball inside corner. Dave Murphy gets there with one hand. Goes across Mark Walsh again. Driving through that with Youghal. Mark Walsh lays it on inside. Joe Lawler. Joe Lawler lays it on again to Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh inside. He's sub. Through his Earl. That was a real chance there to draw the game for Youghal as he went through his legs. And here's a bit of relief for Glanmire because it's a line ball. A long ball taken by Timmy Callahan. Controlled by Mick Mooney. Mick Mooney boots it up the side there. Tiggy Murphy. Here's the ball. Barry O'Sullivan flips it in again to Tiggy Murphy. Tiggy Murphy kicks it over the bar. And has to be said that a point now for Glanmire was surely wanted. And nice to see Barry O'Sullivan involved in that again. And Tiggy Murphy making sure he took that one over the bar. Yes, the Youghal crowd certainly got behind theirs. And Glanmire going to start shouting for theirs now because they could do with a bit of support, I can tell you. Once you start slipping the long lead as we saw with Limerick and Offaly, could this be a repeat performance? It has been a year for teams to come from behind, but Glanmire going to let that happen to them. I'm sure their coach has told them that that's not to happen. If they get a lead, they must hold it, build on it, make sure of it. It's the Murphy duo again involved there. Inside Anthony McCall, Anthony trying to turn, but he's opposite number getting the ball clear on his line to Youghal. Caught by Pat Ryan again, well held by Pat Ryan. He flips it inside to Timmy Callahan. Timmy Callahan puts the head down and more through. Timmy barely able to get in the kick because of the close attention. And now the ball coming out here from the side. And you see John O'Connell racing for it. John O'Connell there ahead of Conor McCarthy on this occasion. And now Billy O'Mahony. Billy O'Mahony and they're splitting out in front of him. Here's O'Connell just at the back. O'Connell gets it back to the corner forward inside again to O'Connell. O'Connell that really didn't have time. They were going to use a hand pass Youghal, and now they're using it. Forward bounces off it. John O'Connell in close attention there. John O'Connell not fouling, just staying with them. John O'Connell makes sure. Billy O'Mahony has the ball. Billy kicking from way out. Going towards the left, but there are bodies and fists in there. And Pat Ryan is running after it. Here comes, oh, well, is that Tyke Murphy back in the back line? My eyes don't deceive me. Tyke Murphy right back there. He's so hoping he took the field while ago. I hope they're not looking for Tyke up in the forward line in 2 seconds, because this ball's coming. Barry O'Sullivan goes out with. Here's the corner forward. Playing in the back line now. That's Mick Downey getting the ball inside. Going out is the captain. The captain gets the ball. The captain, Dan Kelleher. That's been fantastic. He hopes now that they can hold out. Glanmire under fierce pressure here in the last 7 minutes. But they move the ball nicely up the field. That's Lottie. Bobby Lottie, Ribord Lottie. Ribord Lottie is pushed off that ball. She tries to kick it. And here comes Sean O'Connell. The Glanmire appeals for free there, and deaf ears with the ball landing towards the goalkeeper. Niall Herman, the ball goes over the bar. And once again, there's only a goal between them. 1 goal, 3 points, and this is really getting the Youghal crowd excited here.
Come on, time up, ref!
There should be a couple of minutes left in this game anyway. The opposing supporters here have different ideas about it. We didn't have any stoppages for injuries. Fierce punching going on in the middle of the field. And a free there to Youghal for pulling and drag. Pulling and dragging here. I think Youghal have a certain sense of anticipation about this. And maybe this is their pull forward. Anthony Horgan passing it out here. Peter Cody trying to go through. Pushed off the ball, and now the ball is still in the possession of Youghal. It's a free into Youghal. A free into Youghal, and after this kick, it could be a 2-point game. At the moment, there's just a goal between them at the moment. What an exciting finish it is to this game. A game that I'm sure people thought was won and lost after, I'm sure, 5 minutes of the second half. He kicks the ball low and hard here, trying for goal for Youghal. But just come off, it's blocked at the moment. Here he is. He kicks this from overhead. And the ball dropped over the bar. Helped by the goalkeeper, Niall Herman. Niall Herman, remember John Downey, I beg your pardon, was the goalie. Niall Herman was warming up to come in, stripping 2 goals, slipped in. And Niall Herman just came in as the plan was. And now there isn't much time left here. It's arbitrary the amount that's left. You can guess how much is left, you can be right, you can be wrong. The ref will decide, however. There's 2 points in the match, and there's 2 minutes left. I see the ref, 2 fingers going up to indicate to me and everybody else there's 2 minutes left. And the ball is kicked out. 2 minutes left in the game. Let's get a look at the watch. Boots it up, Conor McCarthy gets it up. But all Youghal is sitting in the field. All Youghal is sitting in the field. And they're calling forward, they're in position. And they're playing very intelligent football, Youghal. Giving pass from one to the other. And we're looking now here for a steal to be lifted. Here comes Owen Barry. Owen Barry has the ball. He's turning into his man, and eventually he gets rid of it to James Murphy. He don't want to give away any free here. James Murphy is really slowing it down here. Tim Cannon gets the ball in his hand. Tim has come in, one inside him. Tim needs to get rid of it. Tim is lucky to get a free there. He's pulled to the ground. Tim is really trying to slow it down. There's another Tim on the roof here trying to suggest that they all get the field. There's Tims everywhere, I can tell you. An anxious moment for Glanmire. Great expectation. He boots it across. Who's this Mick Mooney? Already the safe pair of hands of Mooney. Mooney is moving up the wing. Mooney is trying to hold on to the ball here and play out for time, I suppose, but you never know when you get caught napping like that, and it's better maybe if Glanmire could tack on another scorer. Here comes Anthony McCall, the goal scorer. He chips the ball across. A good chance here for Kenneth Grannon if he can give it play. Kenneth Grannon gets it across the goal. Right across the goal. Umpire's looking at it. The full-back is looking at it, and the umpire says it's wide. Tense moment here. The referee, I think, would please a lot of people. He blows that whistle, and what excitement! Jim or Cameron is going to leave me here and get down for the presentation. See you then.
Nelson kommer lort att spela i här malum ger då ju kogo att det ska vara lite där när jag kan det är what all the way going on. On behalf of these board, I would first of all like to happily congratulate both sides on a tremendous all football that we got here this evening in the Youghal football final. Glanmire, I know, were defeated at this stage last year, so I don't think they intended losing for the second year in a row, and they certainly began in that fashion. Fair play to Youghal. They never gave up the ghost, and I think there was a couple of Glanmire hearts beating a bit faster coming towards the end, but still, I suppose there is no doubt that the better team won on today. I would like, before presenting the trophy, to express our thanks to the referee, Dennis Flynn, and his officials for an excellent job, and also to the Glanmire Club. As everybody knows, the weather has been anything but kind in the last number of weeks, so I think the pitch was excellent in the circumstances. So again, I would like to pay tribute to both teams for the excellent entertainment they gave us, and I send heartiest congratulations to Glanmire.
I'd like to thank all the players and selectors for doing a good job this year, well for the last 3 years. I'd like to thank you all for a great game today. They put it up to us in the end, and that's it. And the referee for playing a great game. Thanks a lot. 3 cheers for you all. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Right, lads, you get down there. Like this, lads, if I go down, I'll get up. Sit down there, all young. Idiot at the cup. Right, lads, go in off
Granddad's there, me. Yeah, Dad's there. Dad's there, me.
Jackie, right? Jackie, right? Lay the horn, take off the hat, right? Lay the horn, yeah. Let's patch me. That's the children. What are you, mate? Fine. Hang on, what's it, mate? Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Sit down. Hey. Grovel up. I just had a team that stops no short please. You're going to get a team that stops please, right? Okay. Right then. Alright, just moving here. Don't let me know, okay? Let's go take Prem Jones, man. Okay, let's move in. Right? We hold hands and take one step forward, do we? Train by two. You want to just hold the cup off the flight. Well done, Dan. Speed again.
Aid person you're looking at, not the first aid man, it's the first aid woman for the team, and she had done such a good job on these players today for Glanmire, she didn't have to come on the field. Isn't that right, Deirdre?
That's right, yeah. Thank God for that. It's the first game all year I haven't had to come onto the pitch. And I tell you, it was a terrible. I nearly needed first aid myself.
And of course, some of these old first aid people can be very rough when they come on, like Kid Crone, the Lord mercy them. They say they prefer the injury than the rub you get. But they say Deirdre's very gentle, and a lot of the lads go down just for that rub alone. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they tell me a lot of them fake the injury, but today it was too serious. It was a Nice Cork Junior final, and your connections, your family connections had a good year. Tell us about that.
Our family's from Offaly, and of course we had another comeback like Youghal nearly had today, but luckily Offaly won out this year.
Yeah. What got you excited early in the year, Offaly winning so late in the game, nearly got you dejected today if Youghal had done the same thing?
That's for sure.
Full credit to Youghal, they did very well in the second half, didn't they? Missed a lot of chances.
They did. Actually, their goalie kept them in it. Their goalie kept them in it in the second half as well.
Does it make the victory sweeter now that you won by just 2 points?
It does in a way, but I would have still preferred them to win by the big margin. It would have been a lot easier for us on the sideline.
Well, Deirdre, thanks very much. I'm sure on behalf of all the players, thanks for all the first aid throughout the year and the whole season. Thanks again.
Thanks, Gary.
Right, we have here beside us Eamon O'Connor, the coach and selector with the Glanmire team today. At half-time, Eamon, it looked all wrapped up, didn't it?
Well, we thought we had it well won at half-time, but Youghal had plenty of running in them in the first half, and we were wary of them. But I think at the end of the day, what we got in the first half really stood to us. But they gave us a bad fight at the finish. But I thought our experience, I thought Tiggy Murphy and Ogie, especially coming right back into the full back line, winning ball there in the last 10 minutes, I thought was great experience, and I thought it was the winning of the game for us, really. But my man of the match, I think in the day, even though all 17 players played very, very well, but I think I'd have to give my man of the match to Pat Ryan. Young Pat Ryan played extremely well today.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because to justify all the talk I had about him on the tape, I think it was all Pat Ryan, and he's only a young fella. What age is he?
Pat is a minor this year, and he's just 18 years of age, and I can tell you one thing, he's a player for the future in both hurling and football. But I think it was a great team effort throughout the year. It was, we were after 32 games, with 31 training sessions, and I think we deserve this, really, because there was a lot of work has been put into this team, and in fairness, I think the lads have shown tremendous spirit. It was a team effort and a team win.
Did you get a fright?
Oh, by Jesus, did I what? I can tell you one thing, I was like that. Yeah. I got a desperate fright. I thought it was gone from us. I thought it was gone from us again. But having said it, our troops rallied well. You know?
And it was that kind of a year. I mean, Limerick had a match won in Croke Park, and you know you can't blame them for thinking that it won. You thought the same. You wouldn't be the first coach to have gone down that way this year, but you hung on.
Well, it was the players hung on, really. I was hanging on to the sideline in case I'd bloody go out through it. That's it. But that's the way thing goes, and I'm delighted we won. I'm delighted for Glanmire football and for Glanmire club. I'm delighted we won. It was a great community, and great to see young lads around here, whose fathers were playing in this team, and it's fantastic for them to see this. It's a fantastic achievement, and it's a great. It epitomises the strength that you have in Glanmire. You've the two Murphys there that I'd like to call them out again, Tiggy and Bertie O. They've been with this club down and down the years, and through thick and thin, and they've stuck with it. And I tell you one thing: any man that played Cork senior football and winning his intermediate and senior medals, also with Imikilly, to come out here and play junior B, that's what the club is about. There is nothing beneath those lads, and that's what I make off that it was fantastic for them. Fantastic.
Well, I said there on the tape that they actually won medals in 3 decades. Is that right?
That's correct. You're correct in saying that. You are indeed. So I've got to go in here to my...
Eamon, thanks very much again. Eamon O'Connor, coach and selector. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you. Now it's Fergus Kelly, another one of the 3 wise men, the selectors here today with the Glanmire team. Did you get a fright, Fergus?
Oh, definitely, Jory. It was very close there at the end, and I think with a little bit of luck, Youghal might have taken it. Niall Ahern made a very good save there near the end, and if they got the third goal, I'd say we were beaten. You know, having enjoyed a great lead earlier on, but we missed a few easy chances. We were going for goals, I think, and we could have punched it over the bar, and I think we'd sort of put it out of reach if we had, you know. But fair play to Youghal, they came back, and you know, if there was a few more minutes in the clock, we might have been in trouble.
Does it do you justice when people say Youghal beat themselves in the first half with all the wides they had?
They possibly did, but I suppose having said that now, their goalie made 2 excellent saves, and maybe had they gone in, they might have been out of it altogether. But I think the form they showed in the last 10 minutes was their true form, and we were possibly lucky they didn't hit that in the first half.
You seem to have 2 subs warming up there at one stage in the sideline, and one was a goalkeeper sub and the other was a player. Now, it was just around that time that the 2 goals slipped in.
It was, but actually the substitution goalie for goalie had nothing to do with the goals, because Don and Niall had been sort of neck and neck all season, and when it came to selecting the team, we eventually went for Don, but we had agreed that if things were going well for us, that we'd give Niall a run in the goal, and at the stage we were warming him up, actually things were going very well, and it was just sort of coincidence then that the 2 goals went in. We were bringing Niall in anyway, and I suppose the one thing we regret is that we were warming up a third sub, but when things got so close in the end, we got so excited we actually forgot to bring him in. So you'd love to give everyone a run, Jerry, but it's not possible, unfortunately.
Oh, I can understand that, but it did occur to me, all right, that your sub goalie, there was going to be a change there anyway. And as you said yourself, I think the 2 goals were going to go in. They were great shots, and they were just dipping under the bar.
That's correct. Earlier on in the season, when Don wasn't available, Niall played a few games for us and played quite well. But it was a sort of a toss-up between the 2 lads in the end, and we had decided we would give Niall a run. If it had been the other way around, if Niall had been in goal, we'd have been giving Don the run towards the end of the game, because both of them had given us tremendous commitment and training and throughout the year. So we're just glad we escaped, really.
I suppose it's all the sweeter that you just hung on to win. If you had won by 10 or 12 points, maybe you wouldn't be so excited about it.
It probably is, and the thing about it is that we were all psyched up for the Dungourney game because having won in the middle of June last year, we sort of knew it was Dungourney then, and unfortunately they were playing in the county and we had to wait Sunday after Sunday for them, and eventually the game came off in November. So we had seen Dungourney play 3 or 4 times, and they were no strangers to us, and we sort of planned the game accordingly. But we knew nothing of Youghal except that they were young and fit, and I think they certainly showed that at the end, because they seemed to be going as well at the end as they were going at the start.
Well, you're after saying something very significant, I think, in that I think Glanmire were a blend of youth and experience, and definitely Youghal had youth on their side.
They definitely had, yeah. And they were flying at the end. But for us, I thought there near the end that the experience of players like Tiggy and Ogie and Dan Kelleher now at the back, Tim Callahan midfield was vital to us, because the Tiggy and Ogie in particular came up from the forward line around the midfield and created the extra man. And when they won their ball, they drove it down first time to people like Barry Sullivan and Mick Mooney and Anthony, who were full of running, and that sort of enabled us to get out of the woods, really, you know.
Fergus, thanks very much, and I won't keep any longer because I know now you need to go to the pass machine to get out money for tonight. Okay, so thanks, Fergus Kelly. Fergus Kelly, thanks very much. And we have here beside us the captain of the team, and holding in his hand is this lovely cup that's not going to be dry on the inside for much longer, I'm sure. Dan Kelleher, I just want to say to you, they said about this team it was a blend of youth and experience. Which side were you on?
Well, the experience, I hope, because I haven't got the youth on my side.
Very honest for a man that doesn't look very old, but you did look very cool and composed there on the back line. It must be helped out someone like yourself that's been around before.
Well, someone has to do it, you know, so I think I do the honours this time.
Yeah, sorry about that there, we may have lost a little bit of his handsome face there, but he said he'd like to do it this time, being captain. You're a very popular captain with the lads.
Well, I'm there around with a long time, and I know most of them, so we're best of buddies, so we get on well now together, all of us.
Would you socialise together now, these lads?
I suppose we'd have a pint or two, you know. Maybe just a pint.
Tonight will be a good night.
I suppose we'd have 3 or 4 tonight, like.
You deserved it, because I'll tell you, it looked as if it was all wrapped up at half time, and then suddenly everything had to be done.
Yeah, I thought for a minute we'll go home without nothing, because they came at us down the last quarter of an hour, and I thought it was all over for us. Because it happened us 2 years ago in the semi-final, and Carrytool just destroyed us in the last couple of minutes. A matter of 7 minutes, it was all over.
When you all got the 2 goals, the all crowd went wild. Could you feel that on the pitch?
Yeah, the pressure was there from once they got the first one. They kept at us and at us and at us after that, and just trying to keep them out at that stage, you know. So
time just ran out. There wasn't much injury time. I mean, Deirdre wasn't on the field at all.
No, thanks be to God. But everything went well, and you know we won it, and that's the main thing. After 31 years, a long time, like.
I left him at half time. But when you punched that ball over the bar, I think that was experience.
Oh, without a doubt. At that stage, you know, there was only 4 points and we needed a score. They were well on top, and I just got the chance. And when I was playing 20 years ago, the punch pass was in then, so I just remembered it in time and tapped it over.
Just coming round again, the punch pass. And I was trying to explain today that this was played under the old rules, hand pass and that, but of course that would be only fair to finish off.
Well, yeah, and I had my older brother next to me, Ty, again. He was going very slow, so like the punch pass came in for him as well. So, and I suppose the young lads learned from it.
You look like the terrible twins out there, yourself and your brother. And as the match went on, your 2 jerseys were equally dirty. I couldn't see the numbers on them, but that was some hard work, I suppose.
Yeah, the conditions probably suited the older fellas, you know, the wet conditions, and you know, it slowed down the play a bit. So, you know, skill factor probably came into that stage, and you know, being able to throw the ball around and laying it off the fellas was a help. Whereas younger fellas, yeah, it seemed to be a very young team. You know, it curtailed them a bit, I'd say, the soft conditions. So, well, it certainly suited our full forward line anyway. Yeah,
it certainly seemed to be the difference, all right. You all were young, all their movements were good up until the last kick, and they kicked a lot wide in the first half.
Yeah, well, I'd say we missed a few golden chances as well. That would probably put it away from them, but well, I think an exciting finish was a good thing anyway, because I think, you know, being the 3rd team from the club and being your 2nd team, I thought the standard of football was very good, and it was a good advertisement for football in East Cork, which tends to be knocked a lot, and I think there's a few good players in Glanmire who might go on and play senior, and that would be good for the club. Yeah,
I think it's vital that you made that point, because during the week in other clubs like Nemo, people said that this Glanmire team were way above a junior B grade team, and that's I think you all came out today and showed that you needed to be as good as you were to win it.
Well, yeah, well, I think there was 3 fellas on the Glanmire team that played senior football in the last 5 years. That's John O'Connor, Conor McCarthy and Tiggy, and you know, there was 10 or 11 of the lads involved, and they've lost 2 Junior B finals in the last 4 years, and you know, what can you say? Like, I think there were sour grapes probably in his cock last week when we won, but like Glanmire, we won a Junior B championship in 30 years, and every year we lost it. We didn't go around saying that we were beaten by teams with so and so and so, so we just took our beating, and out is our turn to win, and we're glad to win it, and we're going to celebrate it.
And you're quite entitled to celebrate it. And Ogie, I'll let you go. We might catch you later on tonight when the tongue is looser and all the rest. But congratulations again. I think you're after spanning 3 decades with the club. Is that right?
That's right. Well, it's 4. I won my first medal in '67, so I won a football medal in every decade, 4 decades. So I think Tiger's the same. So
yeah.
I think.
Well, sorry, I meant as a man. I'd say the first one was as a juvenile, was it?
First junior medal was in 1970, 71, I think. So.
Well, congratulations again, Ogie Murphy.
Thanks a million.
Well, if you've seen the tape of that famous, exciting finish to the Junior B final in East Cork here this evening, you'll see number 12, ace free taker, Michael Mooney, Mick Mooney, had a great game. Did you enjoy yourself, Mick?
Yeah, one of the best games I'd played in a long time. And I suppose the pressure was on. Had to put him over, and that was it.
And you did it with the minimum of fuss. I mean, you just take a few steps back, run up and kick it. No Irish dancing like Charlie Redmond. I said on the tape you couldn't do any Irish dancing. But you're good at the disco dancing, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been on to throw a leg here and there, like.
Very good. I also said you were at the World Cup, was that right?
Yeah, it was just a small holiday.
Well, you must have seen some things out there, because at one stage going near the sideline, I saw you backheel a ball to great effect.
Yeah, just the skill I have.
I'm delighted because in the second half there was a free given on the right-hand side. Are you slow to take them on the right-hand side? It's not your favourite side.
Yeah, I was waiting for kind of Grant to come up, so I wouldn't have to hit it with my right foot over. I could hit it with my left, but why?
So you took it with the right hand. You got the second free you got on the right-hand side, no mistake, over the bar.
Oh yeah, all confidence.
I'd say as the game went on, you didn't care which side they were on, you'd be able to stick them over anyway.
Once they were going over, I was happy.
Now, you asked me before this interview not to ask you about the penalty, but I have to ask you anyway, because what did you think?
Well, I was going up the road with the bar first, and then we were so far ahead, I said I'd go for the goal. I was unlucky, hit just nipped the post far side.
Well, you've made my day, because I said on the tape with penalties there's 3 options. Wide, a goal, or over the bar, and it's just one of the 3. But a minute later you were involved again in helping to set up a point.
When you have 5 good falls around you, like it's easy. All I have to do is turn, there's always someone of them there.
Well, certainly, Michael, you had a stunning performance today, and I'm glad you were happy with it yourself. Say a perfectionist is never happy, but you're quite pleased with yourself.
Oh yeah, delighted. Return now.
Well, congrats. I think you want to rush away, you want to get some money out of the pass machine for tonight, is that right?
Oh, I got on the way down.
You were that confident? Yeah. Well, I suppose you need to be. You need to be that confident. Thanks very much, Mick Mooney.
Thank you.
John Downey there, the goalkeeper for Glanmire today. Clean sheet in the first half and well into the second half. You must be just waiting for the final whistle to go home and celebrate.
That was odd. Jeez, we were all over him. Especially the forwards played very well. And jeez, the full backline, half backline, Bunny, brilliant. The same as Dungourney last week. They're just outstanding, in fairness to them. They're the best backline I've seen anywhere I've ever played in front of, outside the soccer team.
Another soccer fan here and player as well. But could you see the activity on the sideline? The other sub goalie was warming up and there was another player warming up to come in. Could you see this out of the corner of your eye?
I could, but I expected it anyway. Niall has been there now for the last month or 2. He's training hard. He deserved this game.
And ironically, while they were standing on the sideline, boom, boom, you all got 2 goals past you.
But I should have stopped the second one, alright. But the first one I couldn't do nothing about, being honest. But Niall didn't affect that.
No, there were 2 very good goals, and I don't think any keeper would be blamed for if there was only one fault you all had, they didn't keep you warm enough all through. Was it hard to keep warm in there?
It was. Well, all you do is just try and keep moving around, try and keep as warm as you can yourself, like. But just so no pitch is mucky, it's hard enough to kick out the ball, and what you call it.
I suppose it was a pity Niall wasn't in for the second goal at least.
That's true. Yeah, but no, he played well when he came in fairness. So I'm just glad we won.
As the selector said, they had 2 good goalies, and what do you do when you have 2 good goalies? They're trying to give both lads a game. Both lads got a game, and you won a great game here, a very exciting finish today. So you're happy with that, John?
Oh, very happy with it, very happy.
I'll let you go away and celebrate before the sun comes up again.
Dan is dying there to get away.
Thanks, Don. Drive on. Dan is dying. You'll all be dying tomorrow. Captain, well, there's a captain with a car for the job, huh? Especially for the job. There's the cup sticking out the roof of Dan's car. Ideal.
Well, it's happy tonight. except I'm not Arsene Moria, taken off in a Junior B football game. I don't know how I'm going to live it down, but it'll be tough. And I'm retiring from Junior B.
Thanks, John. Thanks very much. Timmy O'Callaghan playing a centre field for Glanmire in this junior final. You were out on your own, in a manner of speaking. You were up against stiff opposition in Billy O'Mahony, but you had a great game.
Thanks very much, Youghal. Thanks very much. What more do you want me to say?
Well, you were very confident. You weren't in any way in awe of these Youghal players today.
See Tim Dennehy looking over my shoulder, and I'd like to hear his comments.
Well, actually, we had Tim on at half-time, and he had a few words to say. And funny, one of them was to come through in the second half. He was disappointed with Tiggy Murphy in the first half, and straight away, Tiggy, I think, put the ball over the bar in the second.
That's right, Youghal, and he did it below an 83-2 against Cork, didn't he? Or Kerry, sorry.
I think that's a dig at my home county there, I have to say, but Tim is always open to that.
Oh, Lord God. You know, you should do this when I'm drunk, because I'm a lot better.
Well, Tim is a businessman in the area. Will this be good for business?
It will, because I can see a lot more spuds being sold, because all the team today were on organic foods sold by me at a cheap rate. So carrots are only 60 pence a bunch from next week on.
Well, in fairness, isn't that a nice gesture out of Tim here, selling vegetables at what you might say a sponsored price?
That's right. And this is John the plumber, even though there was a leak today in our defence with about 10 minutes to go, like, but he's...
Oh, this is John, indeed, the plumber, another businessman.
Will the Revenue Commissioner be looking at this?
I think he's a good businessman. He's certainly any brother here's a good brother. Racketeer and Gary Kelly on the Irish soccer team this year. We have two great young lads here too on the Glanmire football team. Barry O'Sullivan over there got the opening score today, Barry. Was that good to settle you?
It was grand. I was going for goal though. Went over the bar.
Well, what bad luck.
Terrible, are they?
Well, it settled you down. You played a great game after that.
Well, I thought I could be better myself, but happy enough anyway.
Well, they say that about perfectionists. They always want to be a bit better. But another man here, Pat Ryan beside you, another young man. Would you be 18 yourself?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Two lads here, 18 years of age, and Pat Ryan at number 5, wing back. You'll see him in the tape time and again, bursting forward with the ball, picking up loose ball, and generally helping everybody out.
Yeah, it was an unusual position today for me, like, but I tried anyway, that's the main thing.
It seemed to be an inspired move by the selectors because you're half forward all the year, and yet what you were doing today, it looked like you were happier at it than any place else in the field.
Well, this is my first time playing half back. Well, I played a couple times this year, like in second halves, like, but today was my first full game. It is, and it is pretty much like half forward, like just attacking, just watch your man then, and yeah, but you learn off the rest of the players then, like so.
Maybe it's a bit of a relief to be in the half back line because you're not expected to score.
Yeah, a small bit, like, and you wouldn't have Tiggy Nogi calling for the ball all the time, and that's a hindrance, like.
Yeah, and they seem to find each other like a homing device when one of them gets the ball.
They keep themselves a lot, in fairness.
Yeah. Well, I suppose you and Barry here can do that in 15 years' time when you're a little older.
Well, we do that all right now at the moment in the minor, like, but in the junior B, like, you get killed if you don't pass the ball.
You must pass the ball. Who said that? Who lays down the law? Is it that Eamon O'Connor fella?
Well, there's more Mick Mooney now and the rest of them, like, they're very, very covetous, like, all of them. So you have to pass the ball to them, otherwise they'll be crying. Like.
Well, now, youth and experience with the Glanmire team. You all just seem to have youth. Do you think if they had some experienced fellas like Tiggy Nogi, they could have done better against you?
Yeah, they could have, alright, like, but we were 1-10 to a point up at one stage and cruising, like, we should have finished the game, like, when they came back, like, it should have been over by then.
Yeah, Mick Mooney, I had a chat with him about the penalty. What would you have done yourself?
Oh, it would have been into the top corner, no problem.
I think you'd have to tell that to the coach for next year. Yeah. Now, what do you hope to go on and do next year?
Well, I hope to concentrate now senior hurling next year, really. Because it's a long time since Sarah's had a really good run in it, like, so we'll have to have a good run next year.
So if you're that good a footballer and your preference is hurling, is there another Teddy Mack coming out of Glanmire Fairfield?
I doubt it now, like, but you're half a good to be enough for me.
Oh, that's fair testament to one of the older fellas. Thanks very much, Pat Ryan and Barry O'Sullivan. Thanks very much. Murphy, and he's from around Mill Street on the Cork-Kerry border. And funny enough, Fergus Kelly is from Kerry, isn't he?
That's right, yeah.
And Eamon O'Connor be near the Kerry border too. Does it matter that it was a Kerry influence maybe we had today?
Probably. It would, having said that, I suppose at the end of the day it was Glanmire influence that won the match. But it was a very hard game. We were hoping that it would be a bit more comfortable. But I think in the second half when they when we missed a couple of goals and their goalkeeper saved a couple of very good saves, I think that was a turning point. I think they got very great commitment from that. We missed a penalty then as well, and they came back and got 2 very quick goals, which it made it very difficult for us to come back from there. But fair play to them, they played very well, and I think our formation fell down in the last stage. We didn't play properly, so it gave the opposition a chance to come in and come very close to us. So I'd have to say at the very end it looked like...
Yeah, actually the Youghal supporters, once they got the 2 goals, the Youghal supporters came alive. I couldn't tell whether Youghal or Glanmire over until they got the 2 goals. Then, could you hear that behind you?
I couldn't really. I just looked in front of me and I was concentrating on the game and saying, would we make a move, would we make a change, try to call the boys back. But it was very difficult to decide. I mean, the players knew what they had to do. We had worked very hard during the year. I mean, you know, as I probably have heard already, we've had about 30 training sessions and 33 matches this year, and like it would have been very disappointing for us if we'd lost that match, you know.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying, Ted, is that you were worthy victors.
Oh yes, definitely, we were. Yeah.
I think the close finish actually added to the game as well. If you had come away winning by 1-10 to 3 points, it wouldn't have meant the same thing, would it?
It would not, no. It would not. I suppose it's a more memorable occasion now, the fact that it was very tight.
Did the Offaly Limerick All-Ireland final cross your mind?
Oh, Jesus, it did, yeah. Honest to Christ, it did, yeah. I thought in actual fact that we were going to be caught, and I said, we don't deserve this, like, we worked too hard for it, you know, so fortunately we won. And it was nice, I mean, it was nice to just win by that amount, you know.
Well, Ted Murphy, thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Mick Leary here, the captain of the Glanmire Football Club. The chairman, I beg your pardon, he was playing 31 years ago in a similar final, junior years final. And to say he was captain today, I'd be pushing it a bit because we had a lot of lads around with the same hairstyle and that, and they were actually playing, but not Mick. It's still a proud time for you, Mick, is it?
Yeah, very proud today, especially the win today after since 31 years ago. And it was a great win, great for the club, great achievement for the club, and for the players. Very exciting game. And we made probably very hard work of it in the finishes, but we were well ahead in one stage of the game, 1-10 to 1 point, I think, is one stage. And I was more than delighted as the chairman of the club. And probably me last year chairman, I think I'll be retiring this year after a long time. And I wish the club the best for the future, and I hope that this is only the start of a long career from the club now, start winning from now on, because we didn't win anything for a long time at any grade, like.
Well, they did have many training sessions and a lot of hard work went into this, and careful planning between young and old players, and they seem to have got it right.
Yeah, it's right, and especially Eamon O'Connor there, coach him and training there, and since early in February there, and bad win 3 nights, and he had a full turnout most nights. Bad a few players be working away, like, and it was a great players put in a great achievement, a great. What would I say? Great effort into it, but to win this today, and Eamon also, and the other 2 selectors, Fergus Kelly and Ted Murphy, and the club was behind them all the ways, like, you know.
Yeah. Well, you played 31 years ago, and they won today. Which one gave you the better kick?
Oh, I'd say today gave me the better kick, because so long since we won it before.
Yeah.
And that today, I think, was a better kick today.
Yeah, I suppose, because when you're on the field, you can do something about it. Chairman, you're just there swaying from left to right. Right, so yeah. The boys did you proud today, anyway, Mick?
I was very proud of them today.
Well, congratulations, thanks very much.
Right, thank you.
Anthony McAuliffe, I hardly knew this guy before today. I had to ask what's he look like, and I wrote down beside his name, Moustache. But very shortly into the game, I had to write down the score as well, and then came that goal.
That's correct. Through the lucky break in that part of the game made a big difference to the team. We had a few chances in the first half. Myself and Bert, or Tygo should have scored goals, but we didn't. But it's been a great privilege this year to play at Glanmire. They're a great team, powerful team to play with. One of the best teams I've played. I played most of my football back in Kerry, so I'm my first year into the team, which is grand to come out with a win. Played with a club, small club just outside Killarney. Spa was the name. We were a senior team as well, a struggling senior team like Glanmire, and I possibly shouldn't say that, but a struggling senior team in against the big guns around the place. It's been a great year with Glanmire this year. I thoroughly enjoyed it, I must say.
No, Anthony, you're 20-something. Do you want to be known as the youth on the team today, or the experience?
Well, I think it'd be kind of in the middle range. A lot of the lads around my own age, but there's a few younger and a few older. But playing with the likes of Tyg Og and Bertie Og inside in the full forward line, two great heads. You can't beat the experience inside. It's just lovely to play off them.
Would you not be inclined to keep the ball away from Tyg Murphy after what he did to Kerry in '83? Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember that. Well, going back 20 years, 30 years before that, my father used to play with Cork, and our side at home we're always Cork squad up till a brother of mine used to play with Kerry minors and seniors, and then we swung over, I think, and coming up to Cork the last years, it kind of come back into the Cork side a little bit, but the heart is still in Kerry.
So you're a mixed breed.
A mixed breed, but like
that makes the animal.
I said to him and all through the season, playing with Tygy and Bertie, you can't beat those two lads full forward. Great head, great players, like, and it's great to play with them.
I think Anthony from now on to be saying the same about you. Thanks very much. Thanks very much.
Well-known face around Glanmire, indeed around Kerry, anywhere in Ireland. Played senior football for Cork and what have you. He's so well known. The introduction has to stop now. Tygy, very influential with the cool head and the hand pass and all that.
Yeah, well, today it was a very tough game, really. We started well in top, and Youghal missed a few early scores. And we were, I think, 6-7 points went up at half-time. But in the second half, then, we tacked on a few more scores early in the second half. And we started settling on our lead, and Youghal came back into the game quite strongly and got some great movements, some great scores. And as you know, at the end of the day, we were very lucky to come away with a 2-point victory.
And that meant that every move was crucial, a hand pass, a missed ball or whatever. I said about you in the first half that your experience, when you were being fouled, you were able to exaggerate this so the young, inexperienced ref might cop it a little more. Is that something you put a lot of effort into?
It takes a lot of practice, really, and a few weeks in Hollywood, but at the end of the day, like, it all helps, and I advise any young players to make it as positive as possible when they are fouled and get the benefit of the referee on their side.
Yeah, I thought it was crucial, and indeed, when you did get the foul, then Mick Mooney would step up and punish them fully.
Absolutely, I thought Mick's contribution there was immense, and I think he actually scored 6 points, 4 from frees and 2 from play. And at the end of the day, the frees were particularly important. I think he kicked 1 excellent free in the second half, and at the end of the day, to scores win matches, and 6 points is a major contribution to any victory.
Major when you think there's only 2 between them. So that every bit of coolness, your brother Ogie there, he fisted one over the bar when it seemed like the only thing to do.
Yeah, and I suppose he could have went into nothing else, really. He just hadn't got the legs, but it was a good score at the time, you know.
I'm surprised you said that, because at one stage he was playing out in the centre of the field, or was he just going from the forwards up to backs when we saw him that time?
It's a six marker, really. Sorry, I'd say he went to ask him that one himself.
I forgot actually at the time. We were... Yeah, now Anthony McAuliffe and Mick Mooney have been referring to you and looking up to you and all that, but as the years go by, I suppose that might change. You'll have respect for those lads.
Oh yeah, I have respect for them all, really, at the moment. I think it was amazing that it's a team that has a lot of young players and older players, but I don't think age makes any real difference. That there's a great old spirit in the whole camp, and I think a lot of that's due in no small way to the 3 selectors, Ted, Fergus, and of course Yemen, who was given unbelievable time right through the year. And I think that today was about our 62nd session together between matches and training. I think it's a great reflection of the effort that they've put in, and I think it's a just reward that we brought home the East Cork back to Glanmire today.
And if this effort is repeated again next year, can Glanmire go on to better things?
There's no doubt there's great potential like within the club, and obviously this team, you know, that it's very hard to re-motivate itself to win a big grade championship next year. And I say a lot of these players will step into A grade and even possibly higher grades in the season ahead, and hopefully we'll have many more trophies back in the parish.
And I noticed that looking down at you from the stand there, it's very hard to pick out whether it's you or Ogie is on the ball. Is there any chance you could sharpen up a little and run faster around than that, make it easier?
Yeah, we'll have to work on that really, but I suppose next year, like Bertie will probably be a selector, and I'll probably still playing, so it'll be easy enough next year.
Well, if Bertie is the selector next year, you'll definitely be playing. Thanks very much, Time.
Good night.
Good night. Behind every good man there's a mighty woman. Mighty. He's a mighty man.
Glanmire and Katie.
Okay.
No, you see, I could turn here, but be back over there, then you see it.
Mick Perky Hayes, he played 31 years ago and he played in 61 with the Hurlers, isn't that right?
33 years ago.
33 years ago when you take the 61 game into account, right? Yeah. And you have a story to tell, haven't you?
Well, the ball landed in the coaches. And I went for it and Micah went for it. And Micah told me to see hit the coach it and I'll hit the ball. And Micah buried it. I hit the coach it and Micah hit the ball.
I think that's a wrap. That was the famous Micah Brennan, of course, isn't that right?
Oh, there was no one. He was a famous man who played with Cork and played with Sayers. He was a great man, like. I ran for the ball, and Micah ran for the same ball, and Micah told me hit the coach it, and I hit the coach it and Micah buried the ball. Buried.
Well, the ball was in the coach.
Oh, it was.
That was a good one.
It was. The greatest goal that was ever scored in hurling.
No. And did you see any good goals today?
Well, Youghal played good. They came back well, like. They came back well into the game, like, and they got 2 good goals. Fair play to them now, like. Sayers nearly lost it, like. Glanmire. But I'll say one thing for them. Like, they played great football in the first half. And they needed to score the head. Like, they were 10 points up. They were 10 points up and they needed that, like.
It looked a bit like Offaly Limerick for a while.
Oh, it did. Oh, no, no.
A man told me before the match today you should put the house on Glanmire. It would have been shaky, wouldn't it?
It would have been shaky, it would. Oh, but no, like.
Did you see Teddy McCarthy there today?
Well, he's bringing me home, like.
Oh, you're chauffeuring Teddy around, is that it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, thanks, Mick Hayes there, Mick Perky Hayes. Mick Perky Hayes will sign off now from the halfway stop here for the Glanmire people on their way home. He'll drive anybody home, so don't worry if you're having a drink or anything, Mick will drive you home, okay? And that's great, it's nice that everybody get home safe and sound. Thank you, Mick Perky. Thank you.